now the CCP owns around $2 billion worth of American land, but our next guest is also vowing to crack down on China's land grab. And like Governor Youngkin, she is leading the way in the great state of South Dakota. We have Governor Kristi Noem with us. Governor, good to see you.
Good to see you, Sean.
First of all, you were a pioneer. You were the first governor, I believe, in the country to say no to TikTok, because our intel community have been saying it's being used as a spying mechanism against Americans. I give you credit for that. Now you're one of the first to say no to the Chinese buying up farmland, ranch land, and land near military installations. I give you credit for that. Tell us how you came to those decisions.
Well, I've done an executive order that has said that we won't do state contracts and telecommunications companies will not do business in South Dakota that affiliate themselves with China as well. So we've been aggressive on fighting this threat that President Biden will not address. I've got a bill I'm working with a couple of legislators in South Dakota to ban China from being able to buy up our farmland. Agriculture is our #1 industry in our state, but we also are the home of Ellsworth Air Force Base. Ellsworth is going to be the home of the B-21s, the next generation bombers that will protect the United States of America for many, many years to come. And China would love to set up shop next door and conduct surveillance on that platform, and we won't allow it. We'll make sure that our land stays under the United States control and that we won't allow enemies that hate us to come in and to purchase our assets. I've been in food security policy for many, many years, over 20 years. I've seen China buy up our fertilizer companies, our chemical companies. They've bought up our processing systems. Now they're buying our land, and they're doing it to destroy us. And it's time we get a president that wises up, loves this country, defends us, and stops acting like a dimwit in front of the whole world.
I think that pretty much sums it up, Governor. I want to ask you about the issues with the balloon, and I don't know which part is worse for me. The fact that they allowed the communist Chinese to have their spy balloon go from Alaska to Idaho to Montana and all around the country before they finally shot it down off the coast of the Carolinas, or Joe Biden going out there today saying he had no earthly clue what the other three objects were that he ordered our military to shoot down with $400,000 Sidewinder missiles. Now, I don't know what's worse, or are they equally as bad? What are your thoughts?
All equally as bad. It's unbelievable to me they don't know what these objects are yet. Sean, let me tell you a story. I was standing upstairs in the governor's residence, actually in my closet, when one of my staffers came upstairs and said, "Governor, we need to talk to you downstairs about a national security issue that you need to be briefed on by your National Guard." They indicated to me that the Pentagon and Department of Defense had reached out to them, that they needed to be on alert because there was a foreign object in the sky over Montana that would be coming into South Dakota in the next 24 hours, and our assets might need to be utilized to take it down. Now, listen, Sean, this was 2 days before the rest of the country even knew that this object existed. And the Pentagon and the White House did not let me know as governor of South Dakota that my National Guard may be utilized, that my F-16s or my personnel that have expertise in recovery of these kind of objects might be tapped to come in and assist the United States. And they did not have any communication with me until the balloon had already crossed through South Dakota, when was over the central United States. In fact, when you guys were reporting on Fox News that it was over Montana, that balloon had already crossed into the middle of the country. So this is the kind of deception that we have going on with our administration. This is what they've lied to the American people, covered it up. They've gone around governors and not communicated to us. And frankly, I believe they shot this balloon down over the water because they wanted to be able to decide what was on board that balloon, and if some of it was lost at sea that they didn't want us to ever know about, that was an easy narrative that they could sell to us, that they could keep as much quiet as they felt they wanted to.
I would have loved to have seen them retrieve it in full and take it down to Earth. We can send men to the moon and land in the moon and walk around and get back on that ship and come back home. I would think they'd be able to pull that off. Last question, Governor. Are you contemplating at all a run for the presidency?
Oh, not today. Just today, we've got a lot of other stuff to focus on, but
that seems
today
to be a
there's no
common theme
announcement
today.
coming.
All right, Governor, we appreciate you being with us as always. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.